Welcome to Cypress College Soccer here on SportsNetUSA.net. Well, we're here at Cypress. We've done Saddleback. It is the men, and these are two playoff teams from last year. Cypress won their first playoff game when they beat Santa Ana. Long Beach City College, well, they took out one of the favorites in Fullerton College. This should be a test to say what the preseason is looking like for both these two teams here on SportsNetUSA.net. Albert Robles, Ed Ford out here along with me for the action of today's game, which should be a good soccer match between both these teams. Just started off. College in white with red piping on their uniforms. They're going from left to right. Cypress in their blue with the white lettering on their back. They're going from right to left on your computer screen. Vikings control the ball. Pineda gave it up to Sales very quick. Goes back. They're going to reset on the offense. We'll get the starters as this game goes on. Over to Daniel Areola. Back over to Pineda. Pineda just puts on top. Jordy just taking his time. Three defenses back there. 3-3 season. Little struggle. So far they have controlled it. Looking for a break. Couldn't find it, and a nice little kick away by Cristiano Flores for your Cypress Chargers. Flores gets it out to the wing to Eric Hernandez. Hernandez takes it back. He's going to give that to Jesse Gonzalez. Back over to Flores, who's going to take it to the far side of the field. Over there is going to be Dominique Resendez. Little grab with the arm going down of Long Beach. Both these teams, well, you're going to see them a very competitive teams as the year will go on. Of course, you know, with Cypress, they're in a very competitive division. Fullerton there. Saddleback, we've already seen the men this year. They're looking good. All the way down to Baldovinos, who's playing in goal today for your Chargers. Kicks that out quickly. Five defenders back for the Chargers. Renata back as a defensive player, along with Cristiano Flores for your Chargers. Long Beach, you know, you watch them on the attack, they come up. They're always going to stay with 3 to 4 attackers, putting pressure on the defense for Cypress, trying to take the ball away from them. And there's a little grab and push, but again, Jordy Pineda, who comes up. Keep your eye on him. Jordy's a quick little player. Looks like he stands about 5'8", 5'9". Get a break on the far side right there by Jesse Gonzalez. Goes down the left wing. Jesse tries to bring it back. Drops it off quickly over to Eric Hernandez. Hernandez draws it across the middle of the field to Carlos Miranda. Little tap. So a nice first shot on goal by Carlos Miranda, who puts it on goal for your Chargers. And you see two different styles of men's soccer out here because you want to do that necessarily bunch attack. Long Beach doesn't, I meant not Cypress. As Cypress comes up with a quick attack. Goes to the far side of the field, just a little foot too much, and it's going to go out. So the Vikings are going to throw it in, and Sales will throw it in for him on the far side of the field. Just the beginning of the game here. Wind blowing from right to left on the field. Ed Ford, Albert Robles, here with me at Cypress College. You'll be hearing from Albert Robles this weekend as he'll be doing a little East LA football as they take on Palomar. Should be a fun game because Palomar played Ventura tough. And their running back, oh my, 9.6 yards a carry for him. So East LA's run defense has got to be very, very strong this coming Saturday. Not only with that, Albert Robles on the control on the left, Ed Ford on the control on the right. I'm in the center because people who know me know I'm uncontrollable, so that's okay. Little give and go by your Chargers just didn't work. Jesse Gonzalez just couldn't break on it quick enough. Renata is also back deep. Resendez, another defender that comes back to help out. For Cypress College, event just looking great. Jacob does it again. So both these teams have not put big threats on either's goalkeeper. Both goalkeepers are just sort of, well, it's a nice Friday afternoon. They're not taking a nap, but so far they haven't been threatened. Cypress saying, you know what, Mr. Pavlovich, it's time we made a move on here. Eric Hernandez comes down on the left. See what he can do. Hernandez gets quickly around Daniel Areola for Long Beach. In the middle, off the side, again over the top, and that's the first time we've seen the Chargers really attack on a set play. Sitting at 0. Played 16 minutes in this first half on a bright, cool Friday afternoon. It's not even close to the hot 100s that we've had. And of course, when we talk about the hot 100s, we're not talking music. Header's in the middle of the field, and yet your Chargers come away with the ball. Go to the far corner, trying to keep it in play for your Chargers and make a play on it. Up the middle again. Give and go doesn't work. Counter by the Vikings, and it's now speed 1 against 2. Little push, no call. Nice no call exactly on Bermudez for your Chargers. Hernandez playing a little catch with Alex Gomez Jr. They keep it there. So Alex looks like he'll take the throw in. So Alex Gomez Jr. with the throw in. Nope, they're going to change it out. Jesse Gonzalez comes over, brings it in, drops it off to Cristiano Flores, takes it back, and they'll start again. Far side of the field. Resendez back over to Flores. Pressure on the goalie, no panic. Nice shot. Can they keep it in? Great looking header. Ball looked like it wanted to go out. The break is now going down. Gonzalez takes it back in the middle. Attack up there by Eric Hernandez. Takes it over to the right. Ball gets away. Vikings trying to counter. Little tug by Flores. Little conversation by Flores. They basically say, you know what? Just keep playing. Sort of like the jerseys, the blouses here for Long Beach City. White with just a soft red facade in the front. Ball gets through, but what do? Up and out if you're a defender, and that's exactly what Cristiano Flores does, just takes it up and out. In the box, can't control, off to the right, that'll become a goal kick. So it's interesting, the wind's coming in from the ocean, but I'm getting more on my back right now than I am as a crossing wind behind anybody. It's more of a crossing wind east to west on the soccer field, not north to south. Far kick. Nothing happens there. Christian Roos entering his 7th season in this program. They'd like to get a lot further than they were. Last year they were 8-7-8. But they made the playoffs. They beat Santa Ana. And in doing so, they are loaded with recruits this year on this Cypress team. 4 deep in goalie for them. And it does, as much as everybody'd like to say, you love great scorers, but if you have solid defense and just a beautiful goalkeeper, it's tough to be beaten on any level. This year they've got 4 solid goalkeepers on their team. I can get it out. Cypress in blue. Long Beach in white and red. Here comes the quick run. And the defender fighting to come away with the ball. Now it's 2-on-1. Still, he goes down. Nothing's called. It's going to be a throw-in for Long Beach. And give the persistence by Uchida out there, as he will make a breakout every once in a while. Watch with the throw when he makes it there. Goes to Long Beach. Once again, the defenders come, take it away. Erica Hernandez was with that. Jesse Gonzalez takes it back to the middle of the field. Carlos Miranda. Over to Morales. He's going to go to the near side of the field for Gonzalez. Gonzalez has it come off his foot. Throw in for your Chargers. We've played almost 22 minutes in this first half. It's been a quiet first half. A lot of back and forth. A lot of deceptive breakouts. Good defense by both teams. Speaking of that breakaway, that was Isaac Morales trying to do it. Morales grabs a hold of the shoulder, so I think they're going to call him as he walks away. So, in no early substitutions yet by either team in this first half. I thought we might see a few more players by now. But nobody has come onto the field to, you know, help on either end. Of course, again, it's not as hot as we thought it might be. That may be the reason. Trying to clear it straight out. Vikings don't do that. Grabbing on the jersey. Carlos Miranda's getting mugged down the field. Hits the grass again. He's been down there a couple times. Probably looking for earthworms right about now. He's been down there so often. So they're going to just out of the box where he was taken down to about 3 or 4 feet. Mark it off there. Long Beach is going to set up the wall. Let's see if he goes for the upper right-hand corner. Instead of really trying, that's where the goalie's setting up. He says, I think that's where he's going to go. Get ready for this attempt. Over the top. And he was trying to hook it, pushed it out to the right, bringing it back towards the middle to catch the top of the goal. So a couple new players are going to come in. For Long Beach. Aaron Hernandez now comes in. Hernandez normally a midfielder for this Long Beach team, and starts the attack for Long Beach. Start over in the middle for the Vikings. Back over to Grotto. Grotto takes it to the far left as a player goes down. Nobody's been booked so far in this game. Not over physical for either teams. Box looks like a mash pit. Goalie fisted out once again over the top. So maybe an attack? Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it to Baldovinos, who comes out, knocks the ball away. The goalkeeper for your Chargers. Vikings counter. Trying to make the beginning again. They come back here to the right side of the field. Ariola takes it back to his own goal so that they can reset up. Takes it across the entire field. Ariola, he's going to take it up the middle, and now the breakout. But the defense for your Chargers get back quickly and snuff that opportunity against the Vikings. Vikings rushing, 4 up there. Nobody on the backside. Crossing pass, and guys, I tell you what, if they get it to Aaron Hernandez, that's like stealing ice cream from a baby. Hernandez not even covered. Nobody took him up on the backside. Crossing pass, just a little too far for Hernandez because he could have easily kicked that in from any feet away from the goal. Collision down on the far side. That again will be a penalty against Cypress. But I love this referee. No, grabbing the card, no talking to anybody. He knows this is really one of those games that both these teams want to say, we belong in the top of the rankings if we win this one. We're sitting at 0. The Vikings had a nice opportunity last time down. Pineda takes it over to the far side, gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez looking to make that break over to Uchida. In the box, taken out by your Chargers, trying to counter and get it out of the area. As they do, drop on the far side. That to Bermudez. Then it goes back to Eric Hernandez. And Hernandez gets stopped. So the Vikings, in their white blouse, thinking that might make them look a little quicker because they look more like a flame running down the field. Hit over here in our direction as it comes up close. Albert Robles was ready to jump up and break out himself. Said, I tell you what, watch me here today and then I can talk about it Saturday night when I'm calling Palomar against East LA. That game's at 6 o'clock this Saturday night on SportsNetUSA.net. Diego Alcaraz is now in the game for your Chargers. So Diego is out there. Diego playing forward for your Chargers today. Morales trying to get across the middle of the field to Miranda. Of course, going down is going to be Isaac Morales. Gets taken down on the grass. Quickly starts things off. Alex Gomez Jr. over to Hernandez. Give and go with Hernandez. Long floater to the bench of Cypress College. And since you can hear the crowd reaction or lack of, that sort of tells you where this game is at in the first half. Break on the far side of the field. Once again, stopped by your Chargers on excellent defense. Every time Long Beach breaks out, a defender steps in the right direction. Ball goes back. I think it's interesting to watch the sets because you watch Aaron Hernandez, who's near us as a forward for the Vikings, playing basically a little cat and mouse, a little dance trap with the defenders. Sort of goes and he stops. Wants to make sure he's not offside. Wants to make sure a defender doesn't make it look like he's offsides, where it might be a false offsides, but the lineman would call it. So it goes out. It will be Long Beach's first corner of the game. Referee's talking to everybody saying, guys, let's watch the jostling around the goalie. And of course, you have people going into the goal mouth across the goal line. The opposition can't do that. They can't just hold the goalie down. He has to have the freedom to go. Whistle blown, and it's going to be against the Vikings of Long Beach. Vikings have been in the... Here's the rush. Look for the top of the camera. And we're going to get a substitution. And it'll be Frank Troya comes on the field for your Chargers. Kick over to the far side, picked up over there. Grabbed again by Eric Hernandez. Hernandez trying to do his best to forwards sort of leak out like you've got it here, trying to go to the far side. Again, they love to run this style of offense where Aaron Hernandez will leak out and look for the camera. Cypress again, trying to come up, looking for a little gap. And for either team, the defense has stepped up, found the right defense is. Very good defense in the game in soccer, in many cases, is just going to win out. Fellow players, going to take them over to as they took on Maricosta, and the men from Saddleback surprised me. I knew they were supposed to be good, but they looked extremely good against a team that last year was good and was supposed to be good again this year. So I think when you look at the OEC, you already know Fullerton should be good. They have been good for the last couple of years. We'll see if that comes along and happens. Irvine Valley wasn't bad last year. So the competition here in the OEC, I think it's going to be very tough to see who gets out. And I'm sure everybody in Northern California is going, oh, here they go again with SoCal. But I think it's going to be tough to pick. Yeah.
I'm one of the automatic berths in the state championship. Kind of like in softball, where, you know, you've got those automatic berths for Mount Sac, Cypress,
yeah,
and Palomar.
There we go. Well,
and then the fourth team is, you know, Fullerton or Cerritos or
whomever.
Yeah,
that's
you know, one of the other elite teams.
Yeah.
El Camino. Herkimer College at number 14, and Saddleback in the top on the national poll for the women.
Yeah.
They're just two teams that are in the same conference, and two teams that will probably be going up against each other either in the championship game for the southern section of the 3C2A, or if we're lucky, they'll be in different brackets, so they both go to the state, which has happened. So, you know, they're just outstanding. They've got some outstanding teams for the women.
Yeah, and of course, besides soccer,
screaming into the national division, which I don't think they should have done. You know, if they really think there's this problem, then we've talked about before, what they need to do is take the national division, move some of the teams down, and or leave them as is, and then make a conference above the national for your Fullertons, your Mount Sacs, Golden West, Riverside, Ventura maybe.
Yeah, maybe Bakersfield.
Bakersfield maybe, Saddleback, come up with 8 teams and do the same thing up north and have 3 divisions.
Yeah, I agree with that too, Ed, because out of nation,
it's kind of like you see in some of the soccer teams. So it's just something that I think they should really look at and reorganize it. Then you have some teams that are just, like, hey, we're going to beat that dead horse a few more times. Compton. We're not even talking about the soccer team, the football team.
Yeah.
What was it? 3 yards? 3 yards of total rushing in their game. They lost 64-0. 3 yards. 0 yards passing.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
That's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
It's beyond embarrassing. They should be in CIF Southern Section, what is that, about D10 or something like that, where they're playing the small, religious schools or something like that. It's ridiculous. But, hey, it's time to get back to soccer action with the score all tied up at 0. And here's Mark.
So let's go back on your screen. And your Chargers now are going from left to right. Your Chargers in the dark blue. Long Beach City College Vikings in white and red. Both these teams, playoff teams last year, solid programs to say the least. Coaching staffs are some of the best in Southern California. And why did they get the recruits they get? Because they win and they have great coaches. And add that together, people want to come and play for you.
And that's absolutely true, Mark. You got guys that could go to some other community college that's closer to where they live and play soccer there because there's a soccer team, but they chose, hey, I'm going to go to Cypress.
Yeah, exactly. Ball comes out. Cypress on the attack. Trying to get things going. When they break, they try to leak people out and find them. When you watch Cypress, it's more of the traditional attack that we see in soccer. So back to midfield, start things again. Everybody for your Chargers in the offensive zone. Crossing, nice save there. Again, nice little shot. No real problem for either of these goalkeepers for Cypress or Long Beach. More of an attack, more of a press offense now by your Chargers. And if you go with that press offense, you really have to count on your defense being able to step up and stop an attack on a very quick Viking team. Artazoa, the goalie for your Chargers. Fabio. One of 4 goalkeepers that are supposed to be very good for this Charger team. And Ed, you can never have enough. Goalkeepers. We've seen enough. And Ed, you can never have enough goalkeepers. We've seen enough soccer. If you got a good goalkeeper, there's a good chance.
Yeah, just like community college, softball. Can't have enough pitching. Of course, community college baseball, I don't know, you need about 10, 15 guys to pitch or something like that.
Breakaway on the right-hand side. Nobody's in front. Nobody picks him up. Dancing too much with the ball. Gotta pull the trigger. Jacob De La Rosa. From the outside, could have hooked it. Decided to dance to the inside and allowed a defender to come back.
Absolutely, Mark. That's an apt description of what happened. I thought he was about to take a shot on goal, maybe even get it, but hesitated.
Yeah, you got to unleash the monster every once in a while and let it fly. Fight in the box, a little shoving. Referee and lines people have been excellent in this game today. Here comes the counter by the Vikings. Off the toe. A little shoving and everything else. You've got to like that. Eric Hernandez really is very depth on what he does with his feet and the ball out there. It is great eye-foot coordination. Once again, the attack. Sort of feel like the field is sloped to the right. Across the far side. The field, back in the box. We get an attack. And again, it looks like you look at the attack and then all of a sudden it stymies for either one of these teams.
Yeah, and Cypress much more in control of the attacking half of the field so far. And to do that, Mark, are they going to have to maybe bring in more substitutes? Because keep players fresh, so everybody's up 100% going.
In the games they've played this year, he's tried to play almost everybody who's been on the bench. Now, he said it might change here today because of the opponent with this Viking team. And Ed, it really is funny though, because I mean, when Long Beach had the ball, if you're going from left to right, it was going left to right, seemed like the more attacking advantage. And now you've got Cypress going left to right, and they've got the attacking advantage.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
And it could be because of these swirling winds that you feel like the wind, maybe for the players on the field, that the wind is more at your back going left to right. A little dip it. And almost lost, but controlled by your Chargers. Resendez looks around. Dominic now throws it over into the corner. That goes to Jacob De La Rosa, who had an opportunity. Both Ed and I think he should have pulled the trigger. Of course, we're sitting here watching.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant.
It's like looking at students. Shot on goal. That time, the first real traditional shot on goal and a save by the Vikings. Your Chargers had the first legitimate shot on goal of this game. Resetting once again. Deep on this side of the field as they attack the goalie for Long Beach. Hook it over the middle. Again, a perfect shot on goal, and that's twice. Fabio is still.
Came out in his custom electric cart and didn't have the horns blaring this time, but he's here, as always, watching his teams.
Cypress needs to clear it as the hits his own player, so you're not going to get anybody taking the goal. One goal, that could just be enough in this game to win it.
You know, one goal in 80 minutes of play, or not 80, yeah, 60 minutes of play, excuse me.
Yeah, 60 minutes of play.
If it was 80,
yeah.
the game would be over, or there'd be a whole heck of a lot of stoppage time.
Yeah, so we're going to get another goalie because the goalie just basically said, I can't go for the Vikings.
So take your cell phone and switch it to the timer and time some stoppage time for us.
Yeah. Chris controls it again. Sendis takes it down, but it's going to go out. And this is why you need to be deep at goalie. We talked about that at the beginning of this game and saying, hey, if you're deep at goalie, it's going to help you. Going to roll out and be there for your Chargers as they're going to throw it in deep in their own territory. Pressure now by Long Beach, trying to make sure they can make the play.
Well, Cypress certainly needs to continue to be aggressive, get that goal to tie things up. Long Beach, do they hang back a little bit maybe and just play defense and not so much offense? Or do they try to press it and get one more score, which would probably put the game out of reach?
Yeah, exactly. Little moved out, needs to get it over. Nice save. So, the blouse they've got.
Kind of like when you forget to do the wash. Oh, that's where those socks are.
That's right. Pour some bleach into the color. Oh, gosh, those were cut. Because I love the shoes, so I wear them for special occasions. Speaking of special occasions, Morales tries to hook it, can't hook it with his left foot. That's what he was looking for. Claps his hand and says, wow, I thought we had a shot. 1-0. As the Vikings get that all-important one goal to now feel like they're in control of this game here in the second half.
If you're here at the field watching us, look at the scoreboard on occasion. It's kind of jumping like 2 seconds at a time once in a while. I don't know what's going on with that. Or it could be my eyes.
Said, hey, I'm thirsty out here. Deep kick on the far side of the field. Trying to control it over there, can't pull it in. Was Villagrana, who's in the game now for Cypress. And more substitutions. Said this is what you talked about. Long Beach City is sending out a wave of substitutions in this game.
Yeah, if you're going to try to keep that pace high and pressure on, you got to have fresh bodies out there.
Julian Zarate back in the game for Long Beach. Up and out, ball stays in, and that's where you wonder about the wind keeping the ball in. Great little directional redirection on there by Dottie Navarro. Dottie Navarro just just an excellent player all over this field for Long Beach. Ryan Osborne. And
Tracy Thackra.
yeah, that you cannot do. Ball down in, blocked, taken away, almost shot back in there, and that's the best. Defender that has to stay up. And what defenders like to do is if you're going down, they'll walk up to get what they call as a false offsides, where I will throw the offensive player, and sometimes the linesmen's be offsides. So it's to make sure you don't have an advantage on a breakaway. And I use Luke Robitaille as an example in the game of hockey because Luke basically was a cherry picker in the old days. He'd skate to the blue line and hang out beyond it, and as soon as the Kings got the ball, he was off and running. The goalie for Cypress. Aldavinos goes down and digs it out for your Chargers in the goal box. Dwayne Baker was that substitution for the Vikings. So Dwayne Baker's now in the game for the Vikings. Here at the near side of the field. Again, the Vikings are moving right to left. They are in the white with the red trim. Your Chargers moving from left to right in their traditional dark blues. 1-0 Vikings here in this game. Winds picking up. Chip shot again. Dwayne Baker going after it. Baker tries to keep it in. He does. So we're going to reset to where the ball is. Now it can start. Well, Ed, that's the first time that we actually saw Cypress have a solid attack where they looked like they could put a little pressure on Fabio, the goalie. For the Vikings. Stretching of the jersey. Well, we saw it from here, and I tell you what, Villagrana can say, you know what? I don't wear that size. Little dance. Looking to go to the outside. Set screen. Taken back out on top of the box to Alex Gomez Jr. Jr. turns it over. Takes it to the corner here on the far side. Jesse Gonzalez drops it back into the middle to Isaac Morales. Morales goes down the side. Goes back to Gonzalez. Back into the middle. Little give and go, or a try of a give and go. And it doesn't happen. Dwayne Baker gets it, and it's a breakout on the far side of the field for the Vikings. See if we can outmaneuver. Crossing pattern, and again, a save by the defense for the Chargers on a nice counter play by the Vikings. Walk-in goal for a second, and the defense steps up to stop Garza of Long Beach. Here they come again.
Absolutely, Mark. For a while, he was there kind of by himself.
And this is where now you look on the far side. Nobody on the back side trying to get it over. Their defenders on the ground. Blocks it with his body and turns it back upfield. Four players, now three players, Ed, for Cypress are on the sideline looking like they're going to come in. Head coach Kristen finally is going to see maybe if they can get something out there. Shoving and pushing stays with the Chargers as Dwayne Baker tries to do something, and we'll see who's coming in for substitutions. Three players up. First, it's going to be another player for the Vikings. goes back to the middle, trying to find it, and quickly on a counter by Long Beach. Nice little kick up the field by Vargas. Yeah, exactly. Got about 15 minutes, if there's no stoppage time, left in this game. And the Chargers need to come up with that one goal to tie things up. Backside. Trying to save it. They do. Take it back out. Drop it off. 3 defenders staying back for your Chargers. Goalie comes all the way up to the midfield line. So again, a little more pressure. And all over the field is Eric Hernandez. Seems like he's touching it every 5 seconds. Hernandez in the middle of the box looking for, like the way he plays the game. Extremely physical on the far side of the field. Villagrana trying to hold on the ball. He's got a throw in. We're going to get eventually, and now the substitutions are going to come in. Jacob De La Rosa comes back on the field for the Vikings. And it looks like Santana is going to finally come in. Nope, that's not Santana. That's Bermudez. He's back in the game. So players that were out there in that first half have now come back in the second half. Looking for that tie goal across the middle. Clear it out with a header in the box. And the Vikings come up with it. Make the break. Dottie Navarro gives it back up. A little more pressure by your Vikings. Grotto loses it. Now a flip. Dwayne Baker's trying to make a break. Nobody gets him the ball. Weave in and out amongst blue jerseys. Header picked up by Cypress. They need a quick turnaround here. Take it back to the middle. Set it up deep. Quick rundown. Resendez trying to go. It's a nice little give and go right there to Jacob De La Rosa. So again, throw in, off the foot, the Vikings come away with it. That's going to go out, be a throw in for Cypress. De La Rosa throws it in, gives it over to Resendez.
You can't say that Long Beach is doing anything wrong defensively, but it just seems like to me they need to press a little more double teaming as the Chargers have done, because if the ball is off or a deflection and then the game's tied up.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be on defense.
In for Long Beach. So Orozco comes in. Zavalas goes out for the Vikings. Dwayne Baker hounding the Vikings. Defensive player goes up, goes after. Ball gets taken away by your Chargers again. They're going to try and reset in the middle of the field. Nice steal on the far side of the field. Blue finally comes back with it. Goalie goes out, slides down. Fabio decides he's tired of watching what's going on, comes out of goal and says, I'm going to take it over, Ed.
Yeah, it's good that he did because his defensive player didn't have the foot speed of the Chargers on that one. Not close.
And a quiet crowd here. Usually we'll see. Let's see if this is the break that they need. Got to get rid of the ball. Got to get it out in front of the offensive player. I mean,
what
that's
a stop by the fan here over here to my right.
Yeah, well, you know, still have a little of that oompa at his age.
He could be that third goalie.
Yeah. Could use him. Really what they need is a third forward. They line up. Let's see. In the middle. Goalie easily gets to it. And if you can watch Long Beach, you don't see anybody going unmarked if you're a Charger fan. Your guys in blue come down to the offense. There's somebody within a telephone call. Oh, goal goes in. Misplayed in the goal. And what do you do, Ed, if somebody makes a mistake?
Capitalize.
And that's what the Chargers do. Hey, I'm not going to pick it up. I bobble it a little, and the defense to their starter. And I'm going to give that goal too, and I think I'm right on this, Diego Alcaraz. Number 27, is that who it was, Albert? I know, okay. I thought maybe Albert saw. But that's who I thought it was, so that's who I'm giving it to unofficially. Make sure you check the homepage at Cypress Sports. They'll have that up later today. We're tied at 1. And this is what happened. You have star goalies, and then all of a sudden you have a replacement come in that doesn't play all the time. And next thing you know, makes a mistake. And you allow that other team to get in the game, and that other team, your Chargers, took advantage of it. Players go down, trip, and they're calling the trip in the box on the Chargers.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Mark. Maybe the goalie hasn't played that much. He obviously made an error. But in his defense, that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So, tied at 1. We've played 83 minutes. Left footer, can't. Ball goes down. Vikings come out. Shove from behind. Played on over the top of the net. And Ed, you feel bad for the young man because he had his own players saying something to him, and you watch him walk out and you want to say, okay, hey, this happens. Non-conference game. I know it can come back to bite you at the end of the year when they look at rankings for the playoffs. But, you know, hey, live and learn. The Vikings. Once again, looking for that go-ahead goal. Defense. See if the Chargers can get that break that they want. Sidestep pass. And they're going to call the trip on the Vikings there. A delayed call. We'll have stoppage time in this second half. We've got about 6 minutes to go as a player goes down. So he's going to get, I think Cristiano Flores came back in for Jesse Gomez. So Too much playing with the ball in your own defensive end can be dangerous. A little spin move in the middle of the field. Sneak into the box. Slide tackle. And yet the Vikings come away with it. Two defenders on one. The far side, and it's going to go out. Throw in for your Chargers. 4 minutes in the half, plus stoppage time. I'm going to say about a couple minutes of stoppage time, so should have 6 minutes left in this game. A gift was given to Cypress. And like a good person, they say thank you. They didn't return it. They kept it. They'd like to add on top of it. Move the outside. Tried to take it back in the middle. Can't do it. And Pineda over there, who's really hasn't been heard of much, fighting to get the ball. And it really is that tug. And again, I'm going to tell you how much I like this referee who is letting them play on the field. Ed, it's sort of fun to watch physicality with not seeing yellow cards all over the place. Side tackle in the middle of the field, and the Vikings get it back. A little different. Ed, does it feel like the Vikings' attitude has changed? I mean, the Cypress Chargers' attitude has changed since they tied?
Oh, yeah. Plus, now Long Beach is in danger of losing this one 2-1 because they're just not very aggressive on offense, or the Cypress defense is blocking them all the time.
Takeaway again. Crossing on the field. Coming with it is Cristiano Flores. Flores drops it off. Little dance move right there by De La Rosa. De La Rosa gives it back to Eric Hernandez. Hernandez goes to the far side. In the box. Missed once, missed twice. Off the side of a foot. That close to having Ed Ford be right would be 2-1 Cypress.
Yeah, like having that birdie putt just roll.
Two minutes left on the clock. So unofficially there's 2 minutes to go in regulation.
Yeah, and as you said, Mark, I'm sure there's about 2 minutes of stoppage time. Maybe even 3.
Yeah, could be. Because we thank your athletic trainers of these teams, because they do take care of the men and women that play this game of soccer. And when you get a chance, come out and watch the young women of Cypress. They are a dynamite soccer team. Defense is up off the top of the post. Oh, what a laser shot that was.
A couple inches lower and the ball would have spun the opposite direction and would have been a goal.
Well, they're at Cypress is in the buffet line, and they're looking very much like they like what's being served. No finickiness by this offensive side. Player goes down, gets up. About 25 seconds left in regulation, and then we go to stoppage time. Grabbing the shirt. Should be a stoppage right there. I tell you what. Oh, and there's the first booking of the game. And I guess you had to make it so blatant that they're going to say, you know, hey. It's like that person that, you know, that's a last piece of cake. And if it's Boston cream cake, you're going to feel that hand behind you yank on the shirt when you go to grab it?
Well, I think Jordy Pineda had done that times, and I think the referee finally said, you can't do that too many times.
Shot to the outside. Doesn't get through. It is a throw-in for the Vikings. 1-1 in a very exciting men's game here at Ray Haas Field on the campus of Cypress College. The field looks better this year, Ed. It's a little greener.
Yes, the green grass of home. Well, they did do that work on it in the off season.
Yeah, they did. Nice little pass by the goalie. Getting it all the way to Dottie Navarro, who drops it off on offsides. So linesman calls it there. Just need to say to somebody, just slow down, wait for me. We are into stoppage time, tied at 1. Long Beach got on the board to start this second half, and it looked like that might be enough. And then a mishap by the Long Beach goalie, who decided to misplay the ball. As he did, it just laid on the ground, and a Viking was trying to get it out of it, but there was a Charger right there and got it in the goal. It is not the starting goalie. It was a backup, because the starting goalie for this Viking team got hurt on crashing bodies here in the second half.
His own player at that.
Yeah. Chargers trying to make that last gasp. Kick it over to the far side of the field here. See if it crossed the middle. Crossing. Hand out to knock it away. Nice play by the young man who's in goal for the Vikings. As much as everybody might look at him because of a 1-1 tie, makes a nice little get the fingertips out and deflect the ball. Chargers trying to find a little magic in the bottle here at the end of the game. Defense doesn't want anybody dancing around them. Everybody's back. You even see them say to everybody, let's all get back. Let's all play defense. Corner for Long Beach here in stoppage time.
Third corner of the day for the Vikings, Mark, I believe.
Yep. See where it goes.
We've had one good one and one bad one.
Hooks in the middle, knocked out by the goalie. Follow through. In the goal on the corner. And Ed, he knocks it out. And Jordy Pineda has the ball come right back in his direction and puts it in. So, corner comes down, and Ed, you had called it. Couple bad corners. That was a better corner, and Pineda was right there.
Now it's a question of how much stoppage time is there. Do the Chargers have enough energy left to get their goal to tie things back up at 2 apiece?
Yeah, and Albert just looked at me and said there's not that much stoppage time left. At least as far as Albert's concerned. I agree with Albert. This is where you're going to bring your goalie up. Drives it deep to the far side. Header off. Ball's in the box. Taken out. And that's going to be the game. As Long Beach gets that go-ahead goal by Pineda with about 15 seconds left. Ed Ford, an exciting men's game here at Cypress College.
Well, we've got to make Albert the official stoppage time official.
Yeah. It'd be nice. We used to have our referees tell Albert or Ed or myself about the stoppage time. But when you look at this game, Ed, it really was the aggressiveness by this Long Beach offense. And we didn't see that from Cypress until really the